Hey everyone, so this is my review of Riverdale, Season 3, Episode 4, called The Midnight Club. And essentially what this episode is about is that Alice Cooper recounts her and the other parents' encounters with the game Griffins and Gargoyles, and sort of what happened to them while playing the game. And this was a really, really great and interesting episode that was so much fun to watch, and it was really interesting to see sort of how all the events occurred and happened and stuff. Everything with all the flashbacks and stuff was fun to sort of see what each of the different parents were like when they were teenagers and sort of like what roles they fit into, where FP was the jock, Fred was sort of like the almost artist sort of person, Alice was the sort of bad girl, and just like all the other sort of roles that all the other parents sort of fit into was interesting to see. And then sort of like all their different side stories of what was going on in their lives outside of school was also interesting, where Fred was dealing with his sick father who was about to die at like any moment, so he was very dedicated to taking care of his father. And then with young Penelope Blossom, like her side story that was hinted at was really, really creepy, where she was essentially being pruned and primped and stuff to become Clifford's wife since she was like 8, and how she realized that that was happening but also didn't know what to do about it, essentially. Just how all that played out was really, really creepy. And then everything with the actual playing of Griffins and Gargoyles was interesting, and it was just really kind of fun to see them all take on these roles and stuff and really get into the game, and then how others fit into the game and stuff. And then once everyone was so absorbed into this game is when all the creepy and weird stuff started to happen, where one night when they got this invitation to essentially just ascend to the next level, a bunch of weird stuff started happening, and Alice happened to be the only one to notice it because everyone else was super high off of this weird drug that I'm guessing was some sort of like subform of the jingle jangle drug that they're dealing with. And so Alice didn't take it because she was pregnant with Chick at the time, and so she was the weird one going around and noticed like a bunch of stuff, like there was this weird gargoyle character walking around, and was the only one to notice when the principal showed up out of nowhere, and she disappeared before she could figure out sort of what happened at the end for everyone. And then the whole sort of thing around the principal being the one who was killed and the one who went missing and stuff was interesting, with how all that played out, and eventually led to the discovery of the principal and stuff, and how his death is sort of the thing that divided up the Midnight Club. I really enjoyed with how they showed the whole division and stuff was interesting, and I really enjoyed it where all of them sort of divided and ended up taking up the roles that we know them as adults being in, where Alice put aside her serpent life to go and join with Hal on the north side, and then FP left his jock and like a sort of hierarchy life to go and join the serpents and stuff like that, and just that gradual shift of their roles and stuff was interesting to see with them dividing up, because they have this belief and understanding that one of them was the person who probably killed the principal, but no one's confessing up to doing it. So that was an interesting thing to see how this divided happened and how they have this understanding and stuff, and I'm very interested to see how all that's going to play out in the future with the eventual reveal possibly of which one of them is the sort of Gargoyle King murderer potentially, or who else sort of was there that night that could have possibly taken up that role. And then just overall, I did really enjoy how they had this very overarching almost Breakfast Club theme to it, where they definitely were going hard to make it seem like it was the Breakfast Club, and they did a nice job sort of attributing to that, and it was just really, really fun to watch. So yeah, that's my review of Riverdale. Season 3, episode 4, called The Midnight Club. So yeah, bye!